Good morning. Happy Monday, sugar canes and sugar cane land. What's popping? Listen to me. This weather, weather got me like ready to fight. Like, nuck if you straight buck. That's how I'm feeling. Like, yes, that's how I'm feeling. Whatever. Hey, I want to come in and just touch on a little subject that has been plaguing my social media, timeline. I kind of just want to like touch on and give my views, my points, whatever, for those that may value my opinion. Appreciate you. Thank you. Coming with just to drop some little wisdom about bitterness. All right. Everybody I know has in some way, shape, or form experienced, lived through bitterness, right? So sometimes we just don't plain know how to deal with bitterness. We don't know how to get over it. We don't know, or we do know how to get over it, but sometimes it becomes... What? Sometimes it becomes, excuse me, that was funny. Sometimes it becomes a crutch for us as people, to be in our bitterness and on a regular basis, but I think as you get older, you need to control your bitterness. You need to get rid of it because it really serves no full purpose. To be bitter is to be angry and disappointed about just unfair treatment, right? You're angry and you're disappointed about something you feel that somebody treated you unfairly in, be it a relationship, you see a lot of bitterness between breakups, a man to a woman to a man, children and their parents, whatever. You see a lot of bitterness, resentment, and I mean, it's like to the point sometimes that you carry bitterness and it becomes like your skin. So sometimes you wash up every day, take a shower. Hopefully you take a shower every day. But sometimes you take a shower every day and you don't really necessarily pay attention to your skin unless it's something that's completely like a lump. You know what I'm saying? Something that's a strange discoloration. Some people just get in the shower just on autopilot and they're cleaning their skin, not knowing that it's something on their skin that they may need to pay some sort of attention to. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, bitterness can be like skin. It could go on you. You could wear it every day and not even know that you got it on you. Here are the telltale signs that you are working through some bitterness or you have bitterness on you on a regular basis. Just people can't talk to you. They say something to you and you plain snap out. They like, man, am I on an episode of Snap? What just happened? Like, bro, I just said A, B, and C, and you went completely trying to go into your purse and get to capping. It's not that serious. Or, you see a person, an unbitter, happy person trying to connect up to a bitter person, trying to get to know them, and everything is a secret. What you secretive for? Because you've been hurt. Because you've had some bad experiences, because you didn't manage your expectations when it comes to things. Okay. One of the things that I am coming to learn in my 41, yes, I said 41, years of being here, and I'm going to go and say 35 years of actually experiencing or understanding what disappointment looked like. I'm understanding like how to manage my expectations when it comes to things so that people don't see me like, oh my God, or I don't see things as bitter, like I don't get into bitter situations. So like, for instance, with a guy that I may like, he may not like me. Okay. He may like me as a person, feel me? But he may not like me as a romantic, thing going on. So instead of me being bitter, I manage the expectation, right? So what I do is I pay attention to everything that's being said to me and everything that's being done to me, okay? So if this person tells me that we're going to go hanging out, okay, we're going to do a date, and then I don't hear from them, I don't see them, whatever the case may be, don't get bitter, because 9 times out of 10, that person has showed you that before. So what you do is you just manage your expectation. All right, he didn't show up. Now, you don't give this person another opportunity unless they call you and say, hey, I had a dire straight situation, something dire, like car done blew up, you know, death in the family, dog running down the street and got hit. I mean, whatever, you know, something that'll make you comfortable where you're like, okay, all right, I trust what you're telling me, it's cool. But if they call you like, or they don't call or text at all, that's telltale sign that this person may not necessarily value you the way you might value them. So manage your expectation. Don't allow the bitterness to come in. Oh, men ain't. No, it's not that. It's just you ended up picking one to like that may not necessarily be into you the way that you're into him. So just go ahead and clip that situation. No bitterness. Bye. Do you, buddy. Have a good day. Have a good life. No bitterness, because the more that you stick around that person and the more that they disappoint you and the more that they let you down from whatever you're expecting, the bigger your bitterness and resentment will build. Okay, that's one instance. Second instance is, you know, your mom, your dad, whatever your family dynamic is, you know, dad might not have been there, okay? But dad might have had other kids and, you know, he was there for them, okay? Or dad might just ain't been there for nobody, right? Or mom might not have been there for nobody, right? Just on they selfish, thinking about them. I can understand how you pull the bitterness on, but at some point you got to let the bitterness go, because guess what? You can't get the time back. That time is gone. It's not coming back. You're going to be bitter for what? They living. So you holding on to resentment, you holding on to this anger, you holding on to it. I know several of my dearest, closest friends that'll tell you, oh, I'll hold a grudge till you die. But for what? What you holding a grudge for? No, let the grudge go, because they don't even, 9 times out of 10, they don't even know that you're angry with them. Unless you're verbal. Some people do know, and then guess what? Guess what they don't do? Care. They gonna go do whatever that is that they want to go and do, period. So let go of your bitterness. Kids, all right, you parents, y'all do all these things, and I'm included in this, okay? So I'm not excluding myself, so I'm gonna say we, all right? So we do all these things, hoping and praying. When you're a good parent, you're hoping, you're praying that the things that you set before your children, that they will take those things, embody those things, and go out there and grab the world the way that they need to, in a very productive way. And then your Junebug end up, okay, doing drugs because he done fell into the wrong crowd because of some self-esteem issues, because he holding on to bitterness, whatever. Or they are just, I mean, you do everything for them, and they got this sense of entitlement on them, and it will turn parents bitter. It will. All right. So the one thing that we got to always think of when things are popping up is how to protect our peace, because bitterness is a robber. It steals your peace. It takes away from your comfortability of you being able to function on a daily basis. Peace is the thing that we should obtain to try to get every plan, every turn, every place we go. Peace. Okay, so if you're operating in bitterness, 9 times out of 10, I'm just saying, 9 times out of 10, your bitterness is taking your peace. And that way you can't sleep at night. You can't have a decent relationship. All your relationships are going to be, you know, almost tumultuous every time you turn around. It's going to be some sort of turmoil, you know, when you're operating in bitterness. People can't talk to you about you, you know. And I think the first healing, or the first thing for healing yourself from bitterness, is to acknowledge that you're bitter. A lot of people be like, I'm not bitter. Oh yeah, you are bitter, bro, sis. You're bitter. You have bitterness all over you, like you're wearing it like a crown, you know. I know y'all all watched Coachella this weekend with Beyonce giving us Queen. Hear me? She gave us all the Queen. Yes. she had to, in her performance, you didn't see her. She enjoyed what she was doing. She wasn't bitter. She had her peace. She out there doing her routine. She living. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as a tool of how she is able to function the way that she's able to function, because she ain't operating in bitterness. Now, in some of her stuff that she's saying, you can hear that she's a little bitter about all that stuff that was going on in her home. Okay, it's her home, not ours. We don't have room to judge anybody because we got stuff going on in our own home. Okay, but in her home, some of her bitterness turned out to making millions, right? Okay, and then guess what? She's still with her man. She still got her family. So apparently, she decided to let the bitterness go or work through her bitterness, and we all had the opportunity to do so. So number one, you got to acknowledge that you are bitter. You're bitter about your dad not being there. You're bitter about your mom not being there. You're bitter about death. You know, people leaving for whatever reason, being that they were shot, being that they were murdered, okay? Being that they left on their own cognizant, being that they were forced out, because sometimes things happen and we don't know why they happen, and it's because of somebody else's bitterness. I know a friend of mine whose mother was bitter because she found out some stuff, and she wouldn't let my friend, you know, be around their dad. And time goes on, and when you hear different conversations, the conversation leads up to the fact that mom might have been bitter about something, and now the children suffer, and now the bitterness starts to take on this ball effect. It's rolling, and it goes from one place to the next. You got to start by admitting you're bitter. Do it to admit it to someone you feel safe with, like your parishioner, your pastor, or your friends. But when you admit it, allow them to help you move through the fluidity of that thing. Let it be a fluid thing that you guys will work through like water, right? Second thing is manage your expectation. You got to manage your expectation. You got to. When you don't expect anything, you can't be hurt because you never expected it to go that way. Reciprocation is the key. And when you don't see reciprocation right away, clip your thing, that thing, if it means for you to clip it. Don't stay in that thing thinking, hoping, praying, wishing one day that this person will reciprocate. Nope, it's not in them to do it. You're not the person for them. It's okay. It really is okay, because guess what? In 6 trillion billion people that's here, you're going to find at least a good 10 that's going to reciprocate what you give to them. Right? So manage your expectation. And when the reciprocation isn't coming down the pipeline, let go of your bitterness. Don't let it build up in you. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy like Sunday morning, though. Okay? So don't hold on to that resentment. It is what it is. You holding on to bitterness and anger is not going to change it. So because it's not going to change it, don't lose 5 years of your life trying to hold on to this bitterness. Person walk in the room, you got your face balled up. Yeah, here they come. Yeah. No, let it go. Because guess what they're going to do? Be the man when they walk through. They're going to walk through and you are not in existence to them. Really. So manage your expectation, Pay attention to the signs, because people will tell you how they feel about you the way that they treat you. I'm learning this every single day. Even like with my vlog, I don't come on here often, which I'm trying my very best to change that, because I do love talking. I love giving wisdom that I've been bestowed. And I like to give it back to the people who actually need it and don't know. Some things you just simply don't know how to do because nobody ever told you, or you never just properly knew how to manage it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I've been watching a lot of vlogs, taking notes, and just, I understand that most times that people want to help. Okay. So with that being said, I'm here to try to help you if you want my help. Okay. So number 1, acknowledge your bitterness. Number 2, manage your expectation. I'm going to just touch on that just a little further. I'm going to pull it out just a little further, because when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Don't make excuses because in your mind, in your fairy tale dust type of way, you think if you, who is a great person, because I think I'm the bomb. Matter of fact, I know I'm the bomb.com to myself. That's all that matters, right? And some people that are around me, they acknowledge that, and they, you know, we roll together deep. I'm here to do life with people, you know? And so with that being said, like, if I show up every single time you need, or even if you don't need, you know, you sick, you got stuff going on, I like to be hands-on, okay? You got people that ain't hands-on. Know that about them and manage your expectation accordingly. That way you don't pull that bitterness on them. You know, don't call this person over here because they not coming. Or even when it comes to like support. Everybody will tell you, oh my God, you are great. You do this great. You do that great. I'll support you. But they don't share your videos or share your product or refer out. But they let you hit that million joint and they'll be like, yeah, I knew she was gone. How you keep yourself from being bitter is you pay attention to what's happening right now. I know folks that strangers sometimes will treat you better than people that's in your space when it comes to certain things, but you have to manage your own expectation. How about you just don't have none? And if something goes down, that is like the bonus. Ding, 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 ding. Yay. Tell that woman what she wants, Chuck. You want to cry. Ha! You know, manage your expectations. All right. Number 3, once you've acknowledged your bitterness and you manage your expectation, go about actually righting the wrong in you. Okay? Go settle that thing in your mind. Because here is where all the concepts of life take place. Okay? You get it in your thought. You put it in your thoughts. It's going to come out your mouth. What's going to come out your mouth, you're going to put your hands on it. In a positive way or in a negative way. You are going to touch it. Okay? So if you always complain about how sick you are, you're going to remain sick. Because you think it in your head, you say it out your mouth, you're going to manifest that thing the more you talk about it. I got some great things on the table that I'm just like working through. I'm silent because I've learned in managing my expectation when you talk to people and then that thing doesn't show up, people, their disbelief will become your disbelief. So I just clip talking. I just don't talk any longer. I write it down or I go and I pray about it. Me and God, we got big secrets, but there's some big things on the table. And I foresee God doing like some wonderful things and I'm here for it. I'm present for it, right? But I had to go in first, acknowledge my bitterness, okay? And then I had to manage my expectation, right? And now I had to go about correcting those things by simply going in my mind and settling that thing. Settle. Okay, for me, my dad wasn't there, okay? So this is a little, you know, I'm going to be a little vulnerable here. I don't care, you know. Most dads aren't there, which I'm praying that the nation change that with our millennials as they get older. They wait to get married or whatever they're going to do, but they never did just abandon their children. My biological decided that his life, I don't even know what he decided, okay? I just can't even do that. I'm going to say that, you know, maybe his dad wasn't there for him. It's a perpetual thing. It's just something that keeps rolling. Okay, I don't know. I don't care. But I was bitter about it for a while. Like, dang. And then he had other children. He was there for a couple of his children somewhat. And now he's at a place where he's older. He still doesn't do those things. But I had to go in when I tried to develop something with him. And I see that it was more so about him and not us. I had to go in, first of all, acknowledge I was bitter about the situation. Then I managed my expectation. I can't expect this man to be a dad if he doesn't know what a dad is. Now, nowadays, you know what a daddy looks like, okay? Because they got commercials out here on the, you know what I'm saying? They give you some little tidbit as to what a daddy looks like. And that parenting doesn't end. Now, you don't turn 18 and then it's like, yeah, I'm not a mom or a dad. You know, no, your responsibilities may lighten up a pinch, but you are a parent to the day you leave up off this joint, right? Okay. So I had to let that thing go. how I manage my expectation when it comes to him. If he calls, hello, you know, it's a decent conversation. But because we don't have anything in the retirement or the IRA of life, we have no investment in that thing, right? You're like a stranger. So I'm going to treat you like I treat strangers. I'm nice to strangers, but, you know, I'm not going to bend over backwards and break my neck to know that that thing is not going to come back into my direction. And now I'm building up some more bitterness. I knew I shouldn't have given you another chance. No, I manage my expectation with that. And that way I keep myself safe from whatever that looks like. I keep me together with that. Okay, my fourth thing, and then I'm going to go because it's time for me to go to work. I just had some time, you know, I'm thinking about this bitterness thing. After you have acknowledged that you have it, after you have managed your expectation, after you went and settled that thing in your mind, knowing that things are the way that they're going to be unless everybody involved is going to change their behavior, is going to stay that way. After I do those three things, I go and I pray for that person. Okay? I pray for whoever hurt me, disappointed me, let me down, led me down a wrong path, used me, abused me. I pray for that person because that prayer also opens up the wound to heal correctly. Sometimes when a wound heals, it don't heal correctly. It can have pus in it, infection. It can have heat or a fever in it. It was what my grandmother used to say. You got a fever in that wound, which means that there is some sort of things that's going on where it won't heal properly. I go and I pray for that person. Dear Heavenly Father, I try to understand why that person did what they did or said what they said. All right, you used me. Okay, I've been used. Okay, you abused me. All right, I've been abused. I don't put myself in that place again where I could be used or abused again by that person or anyone. So I'm going to definitely take a better stance or a better watch over what I do, what I, pull into my space. I'm going to pay attention to, the details better, more than I might have in the past. But I'm going to live in peace. And I'm going to pray for you, sir. Dear Heavenly Father, this person, they hurt me, and it could be that they've been hurt. And hurting people hurt people. It's a true statement. And especially when you're hurting and you won't acknowledge that you hurt, you perpetrating the fraud. So even with that, you go, you pray for that person. All right? So your 4 steps is admitting that you're bitter, manage your expectation of people, go and settle that thing in your mind, go kill it, go get that thing out your brain, and then pray for them and ask God to remove all of the anxiety about this person out of your spirit, how to remove, the negative effects, help you to move through those things, and you will be surprised at the process, at how God will do that for you. But you got to be a part of the process. You got to start somewhere. And I just gave you 4 valuable steps as to how to come out of your bitterness. All right. Hey, listen, subscribe. I don't know if you're following me on Instagram. I'm at Sugar Factory on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. You can follow me at Tanks and Dials. I hope that this video really does help because it helped me to understand the process. Nobody necessarily told me how to get through it. I kind of had to muddle through some things, but I did. I mean, I had some friends and some family members. Well, yeah, friends and family, because friends sometimes could be your family. So I had some people talk to me about me, and I was open to the gestures of, dang, I even had an enemy, somebody that I knew didn't want to see me succeed, talk to me about bitterness, and I took it. Really? I'm looking at this person like, really? But when I pull back all the, in an onion, you got that outer layer that protects that little piece that you can fry up and put on some rice or something. You pull it back. When you start pulling back the layers, even though the onion is ugly on the outside, man, it fry up so good and be so great in so many recipes, honey. Pull back the layers. Don't shoot the messenger. Let the messenger come and bring the message. And then you try the message against the message. Whatever this is it accurate thing? Because it could possibly be an accurate thing. It actually could be something that you need to work on, right? Right. So I hope that you all have a happy Monday. I hope that this week is a blessed week for you. Turn your frequencies up. Turn your frequencies up. Let your vibrations vibrate through the roof and attract all of those things that God has put in place for you. Attract those things to you and use them for human good. All right? How will they be taught if there's no teacher? Right? And if there's no teacher, how will they be taught? This is your girl, Sheree, a.k.a. Sugar Factory, a.k.a. Sugar Cane Chronicles Queen. Y'all have a great day in Sugar Cane Land, all right? Peace. Okay, now we got to stop.